The story is set in an isolated rural area of New Zealand. We don't know exactly when in the future this takes place, but humanity has already collapsed. A deadly virus has spread, killing most people or turning them into terrifying, infected creatures. The film calls these creatures Howlers. Where the virus came from is never explained, only that very few humans remain untouched. The film opens with Rory, the main character, drowning in grief. She sits by a grave, her eyes full of sorrow and despair. Her husband had been infected, and in the end, Rory was forced to end his life. Broken and hopeless, she returns to her damaged home. But tragedy didn't stop there. Before she could act, her infected husband attacked their daughter Maddie, biting her. Soon after, Rory sees the painful signs that Maddie is also changing into a howler. Rory refuses to accept it, holding on to hope. But when Maddie fully transforms, Rory is left with no choice. With a shattered heart, she does what must be done, ending her own daughter's suffering. After that, Rory's entire world collapses. She has lost everything: her family, her hope, and the will to live. 2 years later, the story continues. Rory now lives in the same house with her father-in-law, Otto, who cares deeply for her. One morning, when Rory wakes up to a crackling radio transmission, we, as the audience, learn the state of the world. The old government has collapsed. A new authority called G.M.A. has risen, building large camps where survivors are taken. But these camps are no safe haven. People are treated like prisoners, not refugees. Many resist going, yet G.M.A. agents often forcefully capture them, leading to clashes. Rory, however, has changed completely. The memories of her husband and daughter still haunt her, and deep inside, she no longer wants to live. Otto refuses to give up. He clings to survival, hunting in the nearby mountains for food. Deer are long gone, so rabbits are all they have left. One day, Otto asks Rory to join him on the hunt, but she declines, saying not today. Otto always warns her to stay close. Between the Howlers and G.M.A. agents, danger is everywhere. But Rory no longer seems to care. The scene then shifts to a man named Noah, racing through the forest on horseback. He's fleeing from a G.M.A. camp, 3 agents chasing close behind. At the forest's edge, Noah meets his ally. We learn Noah had stolen something extraordinary, an antidote that could cure the infected. Though he succeeded, he was shot and badly injured. Seeing Noah's condition, his friend Lockie decides to stay behind, distracting the agents so Noah can escape. Noah protests, unwilling to abandon him, but Lockie insists, placing his fate in Noah's hands and urging him to go. After Noah escaped, Lockie stayed behind and opened fire on the G.M.A. agents. But in the end, he was captured by Logan, Brooks, and Scout, all ruthless enforcers of G.M.A. Logan was obsessed with finding the antidote and would stop at nothing. He interrogated Lockie, demanding answers. When Lockie refused to speak, Logan shocked him with electricity. Still, Lockie stayed silent. Furious, Logan took his life on the spot. Scout wasn't pleased. He argued they should have taken Lockie to the camp for proper questioning. But Logan dismissed him, saying the camps were overcrowded anyway, and Lockie would never have talked. Scout suggested calling in another team since night was approaching, but Logan refused. Other agents were already busy. Logan wasn't the type to wait. The story then shifts to Rory, sitting by the river, lost in memories of her daughter Maddie, who once played there. Overwhelmed, she pulls out her gun, ready to end her pain. But just then, a sound interrupts her. Nearby stands a horse, and beside it, the unconscious body of Noah, hurt and barely alive. At first, Rory tries to walk away. She has no interest in helping anyone, but the horse lingers, as if urging her not to abandon him. Reluctantly, Rory lifts Noah onto the horse and brings him home. She drags him into the barn, locks the door, and searches his bag, discovering the stolen antidote inside. Meanwhile, Otto returns from hunting rabbits. On his way back, he stumbles upon a lifeless body torn apart by Howlers. In the distance, he spots Logan and his men moving through the area. Alarm rises in Otto's eyes. Danger is getting closer. That evening, Otto returned home and warned Rory. He had seen G.M.A. agents nearby, so it would be safer if she stayed inside for a while. Rory then revealed the truth. She took him to the barn, where Noah lay unconscious. Otto was furious. Helping strangers in this broken world could be dangerous. From Noah's clothes, Otto quickly realized he was from G.M.A. If agents were already searching, they would soon reach this place and either drag them to the camps or end their lives. Rory explained that she found him near the river, half dead, and couldn't just let him die. Otto snapped back, saying she should have left him. By saving Noah, she had put them both at risk. He decided they would move Noah far away from their land the next day, certain this was why the agents were patrolling the area. That night, heavy rain poured down. Over dinner, Rory barely touched her food, her mind still on the wounded man in the barn. Otto urged her to be practical, but Rory couldn't let go. She told him, "Your son is gone. My family is gone. We have no purpose left in this world." Otto, however, refused to surrender. His only answer was simple. We have to survive. That night, Rory couldn't sleep. Memories of her daughter haunted her, so she went into Maddie's old room. We finally see the full tragedy. Maddie's birthday had turned into horror. Rory's husband had stepped out that evening, and when he returned, he was already infected. Rory hesitated, and in that hesitation, he attacked, injuring their daughter. Though she eventually defeated him, it was too late. Soon after, Maddie also turned, forcing Rory to do the unthinkable. Deep inside, Rory blamed herself for her child's loss. Still weighed down by guilt, Rory quietly stole the barn key from Otto's room, along with a gun. But when she stepped outside, she sensed movement in the dark. She gripped the weapon tightly, only to find no one there. Returning to the barn, she noticed the horse was restless. When she opened the door, Noah was no longer lying where she had left him. Before she could react, he grabbed her. Neither of them spoke, but suddenly an infected stumbled outside, trying to force its way in. Rory rushed to hold the door shut. Just as the creature nearly broke through, Noah grabbed her gun and fired, saving them both. Shaken but determined, Rory asked Noah who he really was. Was he working for G.M.A? Noah denied it. He knew Rory had saved his life, but all he wanted now was to take his bag and leave. Rory warned him not to. His escape had already drawn Howlers. Still, Noah insisted. Rory brought him inside and handed back his bag. Though badly injured, Noah tried to leave immediately. Seeing his condition, Rory treated his injuries and asked how he got the antidote. With pain in his voice, Noah revealed the truth. 2 days ago, his 8-year-old son Leo was infected. To save him, Noah broke into the camp and stole the antidote. His only goal was to reach his son before it was too late. Rory was moved by his words. She understood his desperation. She convinced him to stay the night, warning that he'd never survive the journey while injured, especially with Howlers roaming after dark. Noah reluctantly agreed. For the first time, he trusted Rory, quietly thanking her. But danger was already closing in. On a nearby hill, Logan and his men were watching. Scout used a tracking device to scan the area. She spotted 4 heat signatures in Rory's house, 3 people and 1 animal. Convinced Noah was inside, Logan wanted to strike immediately. Scout suggested waiting until morning, but Logan snapped, threatening her to follow orders if she valued her life. Reluctantly, Scout agreed, though it was clear she despised his cruelty. By the next morning, Noah was still asleep when Otto entered, gun aimed at him. Rory stepped in, insisting Noah wasn't G.M.A. He only wanted to save his son. But Otto didn't care. To him, Noah was a risk that could get them all harmed. Understanding the danger he had brought, Noah decided it was best to leave on his own. Suddenly, Noah began struggling to breathe. Rory panicked, but Otto realized his lung had collapsed. Acting quickly, he laid Noah on the table and pierced his chest with a sharp tool, releasing the trapped air. Noah gasped back to life, but soon passed out from the pain. Worried they might be too late, Rory begged Otto to help her get Noah to his son. Otto snapped. Saving that child wasn't their responsibility. He believed Rory was driven by guilt over losing her daughter, trying to redeem herself, but risking both their lives for a stranger was too much. Before they could argue further, the alarm system blared. Checking the cameras, they saw G.M.A. agents approaching. There was no time left. With no other way out, Otto tells Rory and Noah to escape through the back route. Before leaving, he gives Noah adrenaline, telling him to use it when necessary. Before parting, Otto hugged Rory tightly. He saw a spark of hope in her eyes again and was comforted, even as she said goodbye with a heavy heart. Moments later, Otto armed himself and stepped outside, ready to face whatever came. Logan confronted Otto, telling him he belonged in the camp. Otto calmly replied that he preferred his home, where outsiders weren't welcome. Logan promised mercy if Otto revealed Noah's location, but Otto refused, claiming he lived alone. Loading his rifle, he prepared for the worst. Just then, a noise came from the barn. Logan sent Brooks to investigate, but Noah ambushed him, and gunfire erupted on both sides. In the chaos, Rory and Noah slipped away. Scout spotted them fleeing, but Otto held the agents back as long as he could. Wounded and in pain, Otto endured Logan's electric shocks before finally collapsing. Scout was disgusted by Logan's cruelty. When it was over, Scout refused to follow him any further. She wanted no part in this madness. Enraged, Logan left her behind. Meanwhile, Rory and Noah hid after narrowly escaping. Noah urged her to take the horse and return home before nightfall, but Rory refused. She had lost her husband and daughter, and this time she wouldn't walk away. She promised to help him save his son. Touched, Noah understood her pain. Before they could say more, gunfire rained down. Logan had caught up. Forced to run, they abandoned the horse and took cover. Realizing he couldn't go further, Noah handed Rory his bag and gave her directions to his home, where his mother and son were waiting. With quiet gratitude, he told Rory, "Maddie was lucky to have a mother like you." Then, determined to buy her time, Noah prepared to distract Logan, even if it cost him his life. Reluctantly, Rory took the bag and left. Alone, Noah injected himself with adrenaline, ready for one last fight. When Logan arrived, a brutal shootout erupted. Though weakened, Noah fought with every ounce of strength he had. He managed to injure Logan badly before finally shooting him down. But the gunfire drew nearby Howlers. Surrounded, Noah closed his eyes, prepared for the end. He knew Rory would carry the fight forward. Moments later, an infected attacked, and Noah was gone. Meanwhile, night had fallen as Rory carefully made her way through the dark. Soon, a pack of infected spotted her and gave chase like hunters on prey. Hiding behind a rock, she covered herself with scent-masking liquid to throw them off. The trick worked, and she slipped away. But just when she thought she was safe, another infected attacked. Rory fought fiercely and defeated it, but when she looked down, horror struck. She had been bitten on the arm. Slowly, more Howlers gathered around Rory. One of them leaned in and sniffed her, but didn't attack, because she was now infected too. Rory didn't care. All that mattered was finishing what she had started. She kept moving, refusing to stop. By morning, her condition had worsened, the signs of infection clear. Yet, she pushed forward and finally reached Noah's home. Knocking on the door, she left the bag outside. Noah's mother came out with a gun, asking about her son, but one look into Rory's eyes told her everything. Noah was gone. Tearfully, she picked up the bag, clutching the only hope left for her grandson. In the final scene, Rory sits quietly by the river. For the first time, her heart feels at peace because she has saved an innocent life. She imagines her daughter Maddie beside her and smiles, knowing she will soon join her. Before the infection can fully take hold, Rory raises the gun and ends her story. The film closes with her final narration. They say God has left us. I couldn't believe what we've become.